husband and our granddaughter here, and we've had her since she was released from the hospital. She had some difficulties when she was born. Household, and she had a one, and rent. We had a 2-bedroom trailer, and it was just too high for my husband to take care of. And he actually was having medical issues also. So the job that he had at the time, he had to quit that one.
My story is kind of unique. I didn't set out to be homeless. I don't think anybody really does. My daughter's father, who was my partner for 10 years, did not wake up that morning. He had a seizure in his sleep and passed away. Called that my grandchildren were in danger of being put into foster care. So I had to go back to New York, pick them up, and bring them with me. Problem is, I couldn't find a 3-bedroom in the short amount of time that I had, and the money that I did have was running very low. I spoke to a caseworker, and that caseworker informed me that there was a place called Family Promise, and I should speak to them to find out what kind of help was available, if there was space, or if there was anything that could be done for my family.
My name is Lori Kempter-Mansell. I'm the director of Family Promise of Cheyenne. We are the hospitality-based shelter helping children and families experiencing homelessness. I know it's easy to sometimes think that this might not be a big problem in our area. We don't see the children and the parents sleeping on cardboard boxes in the middle of the street or under bridges as much, but it is, and it's a real need, and I think it's something that is very meaningful. We work with the faith communities. That is our biggest supporters, and so they help us house our families in their congregations at night. Their roles are huge. They provide volunteers to feed our families at night and provide them with food to bring over to our day center. They're that listening ear that just kind of gives them that support that they need and the shoulder to lean on in this time of crisis. We started the program about 15 years ago, and we noticed that there was a clear need in Laramie County. We have one shelter for families and children and individuals at that time, and it was not the best place for our little kiddos. The shelter primarily is for adults, and we work hand in hand with them to place our children in the best position possible, and we recognize that that was not the best position possible. And so a few of the faith communities got together and said, how can we help? How can we get these children into a safe, warm place, help these parents to get back up on their feet, and essentially break that cycle of poverty for that entire family. Our volunteers are so diverse, just like our families. It's really neat to see the young children who come in and want to volunteer. One of our congregations in particular, they have one of our youngest volunteers and one of our oldest volunteers. It was a young child who approached her family and said, I really want to be a part of this program, and I really want to connect with these families. And her parents said okay, and brought her in, and just an hour a day, an hour every 10 weeks, she would come in and just play with the children. Another volunteer is 93, and she comes in an hour every 10 weeks and reads to the little kids. I know that sometimes we think, how in the world in my busy life do I have time to give back, even though I really want to? How do I make that happen? And it's so easy with Family Promise, because 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 2 hours or one meal makes a huge difference. Our congregations host 3 or 4 times a year. It's not that often. They host for 1 week at a time, from Sunday to Sunday, and they provide the meals. They provide the volunteers from 5 p.m. to 7 a.m. Monday through Friday, and then on the weekends. So their slots are easy. It's an hour to come in and have dinner with the families, or if you maybe think I can dedicate 8 hours and come spend the night with the families. And I hear from every single volunteer how rewarding it is and how much it means to them to be able to watch a family grow and to see them come in and see them beaten down and in crisis and scared and fearful and not knowing what the next day is going to bring, to watch them find comfort in the program and comfort in the volunteers and grow and locate employment and then locate housing, and watching the excitement of when they find their place and they get a move in. And you know, oftentimes our volunteers will help our families move into their new place, and it's the coolest thing to watch the children pick out their room and show you where their bed's going to go, and really finding that space that is their own.
And the more I learned about the program and what it did, I became incredibly passionate about it. So it is my love. So the thing is that you can do as much or as little as you want, and all is such a vital need for this program. So from just furnishing some diapers and some laundry detergent to the day center, which is here is Grace, or to saying I'm going to go ahead and pull a meal together and bring it to one of the churches.
I would say thank you, and me and my husband appreciate you guys, and we pray for each and every one of you.
It comes from their heart. You can tell that this is something that they want to do. They're not being forced to. They're not looking at anything other than this is a person that has needs and we're going to supply as much as possible. And through all their efforts, I see what they do. I know of a couple of families that are currently in Family Promise and what's being done to help them, whether it's a child with special needs, whether it's extra food, whether it's a place to be able to take a shower or to get some clothes or diapers, or really anything that's within their power they try and do and accommodate. And I, for one, am very grateful. I do have a place, and I also have a sense of purpose where I want to one day be able to be that volunteer to also help other families.